Hey now, it's the Rob from 106.1 KISS FM here with my 16-bit colleague.
Hey guys, it's Steve, web contributor to 1061evansville.com, and let me be the one to hit the pause button and restart this game we play every week.
That's right. I think we're proving once again that we are the best dressed podcast on the internet.
Yes.
We're both looking good, I think. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks. We've been absent for a few weeks thanks to summer vacations and stuff like that. And I know we promised our Hall of Fame, our very first induction class, our 2015 edition, and that will happen, but we're pushing it back a week because of some tragic news in the world of video games. This has been covered everywhere. It was trending in my Facebook news. I mean, I've seen major news outlets like CNN covering stories like this, and you don't hear them talk about Nintendo very much on the news. But the president, the current president, the fourth president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, passed away this weekend on the 11th of July. What was that, Saturday? Yes. Saturday. He had a bile duct growth, and it was wound up being fatal. And this is a guy I had a lot of respect for. I don't know how much you know about him. Have you been active in the Nintendo lifestyle lately? I know you played the old games on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Were you a Wii fan, a Wii U fan? Do you have those things?
I have the Wii. I'm a big Wii fan. Love that. I haven't really got into the Wii U yet.
Okay. What about like the handhelds, like the Nintendo DS and 3DS?
The first DS. I haven't gotten to the 3DS.
Okay.
The 3D feature kind of shook me a little bit, so I stayed with the original DS.
On a quick little side note, the 3DS is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I love the thing. I think it's fantastic. And another console that you oversaw was GameCube. Did you have a GameCube?
Oh, yeah, I love the GameCube.
GameCube. All right, I've got so much we want to talk about here. Let's start with the consoles.
Yes.
When he became president, well, he wasn't president when the GameCube came out, but he's credited with a lot of the success of the GameCube.
Yes.
I have so many fond memories of my little purple cube. I still have mine set up in my home. Was it a system you loved?
Yeah, probably predominantly played while I had the GameCube. That's probably my go-to.
It was the system while I was in college because the GameCube came out in 2001, which is the year I graduated high school and started college. I thought it got a really bad rap. It was underrated.
Yes.
The PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, they had impressive libraries, but for Nintendo fans like I was when I grew up, it hit all the right spots for me. I loved Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. I loved Mario Kart Double Dash. There are so many great games that took place strictly on the Nintendo GameCube, and it's not remembered the way PlayStation 2 is.
Yes.
It's viewed as the loser of that generation's console war, and I always thought that was a little unjust. I think that it never got a good rap because it couldn't play a DVD. You know, I already had a DVD player. I wasn't looking for that. So that was what I thought about that. The Nintendo DS, you had one of those.
Yes.
I loved mine.
Yes.
There were some really deep handheld experiences on the DS.
There were.
There were a lot of things that it did really well, and it was also viewed as a success.
Yes.
The Wii changed everything.
Oh my goodness.
Didn't it?
Yes.
I mean, the Wii, my grandparents have a Wii.
Yes.
My parents have a Wii. Everyone I know has a Wii. I mean, I know people who can't make their rent payments or their car payments, and they have Wiis. You know, this thing, when it came out and introduced the motion controls, and while sometimes it could be viewed as hacky nowadays, when that happened, Wii Sports, when it happened, everybody lost their mind over it.
Oh, I know I did. Yeah.
So that was one of his biggest contributions. That's probably what he'll be most remembered for in the positive way, was getting gaming into every household. That's what the Wii was.
Yeah.
Everybody played one. Everybody had one. And then, of course, the 3DS came next. An interesting part in his life. The 3DS, while I love it, and I always champion it, and I'll always defend it, has not done well financially. And do you know the story about him and taking his pay cut?
No, I don't.
Well, a lot of people wound up losing money on the 3DS because it didn't do well in its first year, its initial year. And he said, rather than punishing any employees or cutting any jobs, I'm going to take a 50% pay cut.
Wow.
Which is what he did at Nintendo. He was a wealthy man, don't get me wrong, and he was making a healthy living still, but he decided to take half of his pay cut, which he had until he died, which is my understanding of that story, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah,
you know, like you don't hear about stories like that.
No.
But just to take a voluntary pay cut to make sure everyone is still employed with your company and
Yes.
to accept responsibility for something that went wrong
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
And then last but not least, another one that was also kind of seen as kind of a hurdle or something that didn't go well is the Wii U. Another one that maybe I'm the crazy one who likes this weird stuff. I love my Wii U. Have you ever used one? Do you have one?
I haven't even used one. I don't think I really grasp the concept of it, how it attaches to the Wii. I don't know exactly what it is.
Well, it doesn't attach to the Wii, but it does have a gamepad that does kind of jar a lot of new users. You can touch it. It's got a microphone. It's a very advanced controller.
Yeah.
And I'm having great gameplay experiences on it. I love Mario Kart on it, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I mean, there's so many fantastic gaming experiences that can only take place on the Wii U.
Yes.
But we love the party games. We play our Wii U all the time. It hasn't won over the American public the way the Wii did, but for me, I'm very happy with it. So those are the consoles that Iwata has been attached to. Not only that, he became the face of the company in that he releases these videos, not only on YouTube or on Nintendo's website, but right there on my Wii U, about every month or so, he updates people personally, just speaking to you on a video, what's going on with Nintendo, when this game is coming back, why this game got delayed, what to look forward to with this, what amiibos are coming up. He was there personally doing it. I love that about him. So I felt like I knew him in a way I don't know the leader of Microsoft or Sony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I love that. He also had a game developing career before becoming Nintendo's president. He designed games for the original Nintendo, like Balloon Fight or NES Open Tournament Golf.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played those games?
Yes.
Thoughts? Those are good games.
They are. I haven't played them in a while. I don't really go back or say they're go-to games. I mean,
They're not my favorites.
I enjoyed them. They're, I guess, par games. They set the bar.
Sure, I would agree with that. Those are also very old games
Yes.
in the library. They're not new. He also went on to work for, develop games for, and also became the president of HAL Laboratories, which made games that are very close to my heart. So a few games, one of which, the most important one to me, is the one I'll start off with, a game called Earthbound.
Okay.
Have you ever played Earthbound? Not a lot of people have.
I have not.
It's kind of a cult classic. You can get it on the virtual console nowadays, but Earthbound is one of my top 20 favorite video games of all time.
Oh, okay.
It's this kind of like, it's a kid-focused RPG with turn-based fighting and a goofy story, and it let you like integrate your own life. Like it wanted you to change the names of the players to be your friends. Like, what's your sister's name? And then your sister, in the beginning, it would make you take like a quiz. Like, what's your favorite food?
Oh, wow.
And then your favorite food would become what gives you health points in the game.
Okay.
Or what's your sister's name? What's your best friend's name? And they kind of became the characters in the game, and it was very, very fun.
Okay.
The first RPG I really loved was Earthbound. He's probably most noted for the Kirby franchise.
Yes.
Kirby's been in so many games, dozens of them, maybe even hundreds of video games. Do you have Kirby experience?
I do have Kirby experience.
Me
I played
too.
The Kirby Adventures, Kirby Pinball. I mean, Kirby
Yeah.
is a low-grade Mario, really.
Yeah, he was a really good character. Is a really good character.
Yes.
He's still around. I don't love all of his games. The ones you like, I did have Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy.
Yes.
Kirby's Pinball.
Mm-hmm.
I've had Kirby's like Block Breaker. He had a whole bunch of games that you could play. He didn't invent Kirby, but he got him to his level of popularity,
Yes.
which is something that Satoru Iwata was definitely known for. And also, if I had to pick a second one that he's most known for, besides Kirby, he really put Super Smash Brothers together.
Yes.
And that franchise has been a dominant monster.
Yep.
Also, I wouldn't call it one of my favorites, but a franchise I do like. Have you played those games?
Oh, yeah. It's like the all-star video game characters. I mean, when you
Yeah.
get into them.
So I just wanted to say, just thank you. Because this is a guy who shaped my memories of not really my childhood, but the last 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
With the Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS, the DS, the GameCube. Those are my memories of my life, are on those consoles. And I always thought he was a decent human being. And I just wanted to say a good old cheers and a dome arigato to Iwata-san. So thank you very much, my man. So for myself, the Rob, and of course...
Steve, thanks, guys.